She left in the name of growth. In the world of personal development, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and integral leadership are often marketed as life-changing technologies of the self. NLP promises empowerment, transformation, and clarity through catchy slogans and feel-good philosophies. But what happens when these promises are applied to real people, real relationships, and real families? She left in the name of growth. This is not theory. This is lived experience. This article serves as a line-by-line rebuttal of some marketing slides, not from the lens of skepticism alone, but from the fallout left behind when a long-term partner adopted these principles and reframed her entire life around them. Each slide reveals not just a philosophy, but the tools that made it easy for her to walk away from a 25-year relationship in the name of growth, even when that growth came at the cost of love, trust, and family. Slide 1. Want to achieve more faster, with greater ease. This seductive promise lies at the heart of the NLP pitch: rapid transformation, frictionless progress. In my case, coaching catalyzed a mindset shift in my partner that abandoned depth for speed. It validated a drastic decision to leave our family structure behind for something new, exciting, and unburdened by shared responsibility. But the cost: a stable, loving life dismantled overnight. She didn't need to work on the relationship. She needed to act. Coaching made passivity a failure, and action, any action, a virtue. Slide 2. Respect the other person's model of the world. Sounds generous, until it becomes a rhetorical trick. NLP doesn't respect your model. It tolerates it while preparing to override it. Once she entered the quadrant framework of integral leadership, my worldview, which had once been shared and nurtured between us, became a relic of her lower development. My needs, my pain, even my love, were not respected. They were reinterpreted as resistance to her new truth. Slide 3. The map is not the territory. A clever phrase that becomes a dangerous tool in coaching. Our life together, built on care, love, survival through health crises, raising kids, was no longer valid. It was just a map to be discarded. When she reframed our reality, she didn't just shift her perspective. She erased shared history and made me into a character in a story that no longer served her. Coaching handed her a new map and told her to forget the territory we built together. Slide 4. People already have all the internal resources they need, except, apparently, compassion or accountability. This idea made it easy for her to justify leaving, ghosting, and refusing to seek help. If I was struggling, it wasn't her fault. I just wasn't resourced. But real relationships aren't individual projects. They are ecosystems. Coaching turned interdependence into codependence and framed emotional pain as a personal flaw. Slide 5. People make the best choices available to them. This was the cornerstone of her rationalization. Once the affair began, coaching ideology framed it as an empowered choice. Even when it fell apart. Even when she sent mixed signals for 9 months. Even when she couldn't emotionally detach. This wasn't a choice made in isolation. It was a choice endorsed, echoed, and applauded by coaches, colleagues, and a company culture saturated with the coaching room's belief system. One where betrayal is simply a misalignment, not a moral crisis. Slide 6. The mind and body are part of the same system. This principle allowed her to spiritualize discomfort. When her body felt off in the relationship, coaching told her it was a sign to leave. Emotional nuance was replaced with somatic storytelling. If it didn't feel aligned, it wasn't right. Of course, emotions don't move as fast as mindsets. The body still remembered our shared life. But the coaching world around her taught her to trust the felt sense over the lived truth. Slide 7. The person is not their behavior. A convenient way to do harm without taking ownership. Her betrayal wasn't her. Her gaslighting wasn't her. Her silence wasn't her. Just old patterns, clearing themselves out. And so the people she hurt, myself, our children, our extended family, became secondary to the new her being born. Accountability gave way to evolution. Damage was just a step on the journey. Slide 8. Choice is better than no choice. This is where the ideology became irreversible. Coaching reframed staying as stagnation and leaving as liberation. And once the choice was made, there could be no going back. Even when the affair failed. Even when she was emotionally stuck. Even when she wavered. Because coaching doesn't leave room for doubt. Only decision. Only congruence. Only moving forward. Slide 9. If what you're doing isn't working, do something else. The sentence that gave her permission to discard our life. Not because it was broken, but because it was hard. Because she was tired. Because coaching told her discomfort meant misalignment. Ironically, the very job that introduced her to this ideology, she only got it because I encouraged her to apply. She lacked the listed qualifications. I believed in her more than she did. That support became irrelevant once coaching convinced her I was the one holding her back. Slide 10. There is no failure, only feedback. The ultimate moral get-out-of-jail-free card. The affair. Feedback. The pain she caused. Feedback. My breakdown. Feedback. The collapse of a family. Just information. In the coaching model, no one fails. No one apologizes. No one stops to reflect. They just reframe and move on. NLP's ideology doesn't just promise transformation. It demands it. Even if that means emotional severance, betrayal, and abandoning those who once mattered. And because its language is cloaked in empowerment, it hides the destruction it causes behind words like clarity, choice, and growth. This article isn't about blaming coaching for every bad decision. It's about exposing how a belief system like NLP, reinforced through integral leadership, can be used to justify devastation. There is a cost to this kind of change. I paid it. My children paid it. Our story was reframed. But the consequences remain, long after the testimonial fades.